Hello folks, Randy Go, Trout Magnum Man with you here today. Today folks, I got a video of me fishing over at Ball Knob Lake. I found some beds and caught a lot of bluegill, a few shell cracker. Had a fun day, fished till the heat ran me off. It was just a really fun day, but boy, it's hot. I mean, it was hot. The sun was beating down. Today, I'd love to go fishing again, but today's supposed to be 100 degrees. So I don't know, maybe late this afternoon. I would love to get back out there. But in today's video, it's just me catching bluegill and some shell cracker using the Diplomat Extreme 6'2" ultralight area trout rod with the solid tip, which for those of you who've seen my channel, you know that I love that rod. It's not my favorite rod, but it's one fantastic rod. I love catching bluegill with it, shell cracker. It can handle them. It's sensitive. Solid tip, which I love fishing solid tip rods. Love fishing tubular tip rods too, but solid tip rods, they're a little bit different. Automatic hooking. I mean, it's just a great rod. It's a high-end rod. It's still available in some places. I don't know where, but I know that people send me emails. They, had an email just the other day where someone, after watching my videos, decided to buy that rod, and he found it somewhere and sent me an email back saying how good he thought it was. And so they're still out there. You just got to look for them. I don't think there's any for sale in the Japanese marketplace. I think most folks are buying them from web stores out of Europe where they're still available. I'm not sure, but I know they are still available because people are still buying them and they tell me about it. But, I had that rod with a Daiwa Ballistic FW 1000 reel spooled up with the Varivas Area Super Trout ES2 Ester line. Now, for those of you that watch the channel know that I love this line. To me, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to tell you why I fish this line. Number one, extreme sensitivity. It's a no-stretch line, and you don't miss, especially with a tungsten jig head or a lead jig head, either one, it really doesn't matter, but tungsten is even more pronounced. You don't miss the first thing. You can feel everything with this. And it sinks. Now, the sinking issue didn't come into play on this video because I was using a 1.5 gram tungsten jig head, and I was only fishing in 6 to 7 to 8 feet of water. So that tungsten 1.5 gram pulls it down there pretty quick. But the sinking part of the line would have come in great had I wanted to switch to a 1/2 gram jig head or even a 1 gram to get it down, especially a 1/2 gram. Because nylon line will float a 1/2 gram jig head. I mean, it won't float it on the surface. But I'm going to tell you what, if you're trying to get a 1/2 gram jig head down using nylon line at 7 to 8 feet of water, it's going to take a little bit of while. I mean, it just, but that's the reason I love this line. It sinks, it's no stretch, super sensitivity. Now, this line also has issues. I mean, there's pros and cons to fishing gear, to hooks, to rods, to reels, everything. There's pros and cons. Well, there's pros and cons to Ester line. And Ester line, I don't care who makes it, it has manageability issues. Now the ES2 Lemoni, which I've been using for several years now, it still has some manageability issues, but it doesn't have as many manageability issues as the old orange Ester line that they have, which they still sell. And it's a good line, and I used it for years and caught thousands of fish with that line. But I just like the ES2 better. I know a lot of people still using the orange line. I know Victor still uses the orange line. I like the ES2. I haven't had any issues with breakoffs. I've heard some people mention that. That it doesn't. It's not as good a line as the orange, but I haven't experienced that. I tie a leader on. I tie a shock leader on about 5-6 feet. And I don't have any issues with breakoffs. And I've caught some decent shell cracker using this line. I've caught some good shell cracker using this line. When I was back in Tennessee, I caught some 12-inch shell cracker, quite a few, using Ester line. I didn't have any issues with this Lemoni line. Absolutely love it. Now, every once in a while, when it flares up out on my reels, which sometimes it does, since I've started using the PE Pro Spray line conditioner from Varivas, I just put a couple of squirts on it and it tames it right back down. It don't happen much. It happens every once in a while. And what I do when I put it on my spool is I don't fill my spool anywhere near full. It's only, you know, a half to 3/4 if I make it to 3/4. And I have no problem with casting distance. You can cast this stuff a mile. I mean, it casts great. It's got the SPF coating on it for casting, makes it slick. And it will. You can cast a 1 gram jig or one a long way, and a 1.5 gram, you can cast it even that much further. But if you haven't tried some Ester line, I highly suggest you do. If you're a pan fisherman, there's nothing going to beat this line for the fun, for the excitement, to hone up your skills of landing fish on truly ultralight gear using truly ultralight line. All Varivas line products, when they say they break at 2.3 pounds, that's what they break at, or less. You know, you're not going to buy a Varivas product that says it's 2 pound test and it breaks at 4 pounds. They don't do that. They actually, it breaks at what they say it's going to break. U.S. market lines, as most of you know, 90-something% of U.S. market lines, you buy a 2 pound test line, it's going to break at 4 pounds. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Now, there are a few U.S. market lines that are 2 pound tests, that are truly 2 pound tests, but not many. Not many at all. And that goes back to the bass fishermen back in the 70s. It changed somewhere along the way, as best I can find in my research, where you know, they started overrating lines, and that was because of the bass industry. Now, why that makes sense, I don't know. I don't understand it. But you know, it's back in, I guess, 1970 or 71 or 72, if you bought a 2 pound test line in the U.S., it was actually a 2 pound test. Any line, no matter what you bought, you know, you bought 6 pound, it broke at 6 pounds. But somewhere in the 70s, that changed. And that makes no sense to me. I don't know why they don't rate the lines like they actually break it. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. But anyway, try you some ES2 Lemoni Ester from Varivas. I think you'll like it. Get you some line conditioner. The PE, they sell 2 kinds. One's in the silver bottle, I'm looking at it up here now, and one's in the white bottle. It says PE, but you can use it on any line. It's great stuff. I highly recommend it. And you don't have to. You don't have to use that stuff every day. You know, it's just when you're putting braid on, you can spray your line before you put it on. Let it set for 24 hours. Then the same with nylon. It works good on all of them. But I mean, you don't have to use it every day. It ain't something like you're going to go through a bottle in 2 or 3 weeks. You know, that ain't going to happen. But I highly recommend that. Now, in the video, I'm using, as I said, a 1.5 gram Daiwa Geckobajian tungsten SS jig head. I love those jig heads. Unfortunately, I don't have that many. Special shout out to Alan from Japan, who sent me some. I can't tell you, that was a great gift. I mean, you know, to send me some Daiwa Geckoman TG SS jig heads. I really appreciate that, Alan. I really do. But that's all I got. And of course, I go online every day looking to see, do they have the weights I want in stock? And of course, they don't. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, if they ever come back in stock, I'm going to order some 3 gram of the TGSS to have tied in hair jigs. And the reason I'm doing that is for the number 4 hook and the sharpness of that hook. It's much sharper than any hook you're going to get here in the U.S. The only jig heads that are sold in the U.S. for ultralight anglers that I know that have a pretty sharp hook is, and they're not in stores, you got to go to his website, and that's Victor iFish. I've got some of Victor's, they're called the, with their iFish, the BG1. I've got some in 1.25, I got some in 1.5, and I'm going to fish those, and I've already fished them, actually. I need to do a review on those, where I'm catching fish with those. But it's got a Japanese hook, and believe you me, it's sharp. It's not as sharp as the Daiwa SS, but it's close. It's close. It's much sharper than any ultralight jig head you're going to buy here on the U.S. market. That's a fact. And Victor's, you know, these jig heads are made pretty well. You know, They appear to hold up. I like the style of them, the design of them. But anyway, going to do a review of those coming up. Also, I use, and I don't have them, let's see. I'm looking to see for my Berkeley Power Wigglers. Oh yes, excuse me, just a second. Okay, this is what I use, the Berkeley Power Wigglers and Chartreuse. And what I do, I get about 3 or 4 pieces off of one little worm. And I tip my jig heads with them. Now, what I know is shellcracker love that, and bluegill love it too, but specifically shellcracker. I mean, you can be dragging a trout magnet along the bottom, tipped one of them, and shellcracker knock the living fire out of it. And I've got 6 packs of them. I keep a stock of them because I go through them a lot. I don't use them trout fishing because it's not necessary. It's a different situation there. Matter of fact, I think when you're trout fishing, I think it takes away, because if you're fishing with a trout magnet for trout, it adds something to the profile of the jig that they don't particularly like. I've noticed that. You take that off and you'll catch more fish. So it's not necessary when fishing for trout. But I know Kentucky bass, crappie, bluegill, shellcracker, redbreast, they all love it. So get you some Berkeley Power baits and cut it into little pieces, tip your hook with. And the good thing about them, they stay on. They're not like these crappie nibbles that everybody sells. They will not stay on. Crappie nibbles will not stay on a hook. These, you can catch 3, 4, 5 fish on it before it comes off. If you get a tap and you don't hook up with the fish, the Berkeley Power Wiggler is still going to be on there. So get you some of them. That's my setup. That was my setup for this video. And we're going to get back out as soon as the weather cools off. And I can get out there. I say cools off. I don't know if it's going to cool off or not. Last year was a brutal summer in Arkansas. I think this year is going to be the same thing. So anyway, this video is already too long, folks. I appreciate all of you who watch the channel. I appreciate your support. Appreciate the comments. Would like the channel to grow. How much it'll grow, I don't know, since I quit buying JDM gear. I haven't quit buying it. I just haven't bought any lately. I will at some point, I guess, get back to buying it, although I got a ton of JDM gear. I don't need any more. I would like to try some new rods just to see what they're like. Pretty much know what they're going to be like. I've progressed through this ultralight angling since coming out of Japan since late 2011. And I've seen the advances in the rods. These stages come along, and they're great. They're great advances. And I can only imagine, fishing with the latest, greatest blanks that they're making over there is going to be a step up from what I've got. Although what I've got is pretty darn good, let me tell you. But, I'll eventually buy another rod or two, and get that up there. So anyway, folks, hope all of you are healthy. Hope all of you are safe. Hope you're out fishing, hoping you're catching a bunch of fish. So until next time, soar up them all, and life is good. Bed right there, but ain't nothing in it. Here we go. First fish of the morning. First fish of the morning. Get out of there. Get out of there. bluegill. Nice bluegill. Nice enough for the Diplomatic Stream 6'2" ultralight. All right, that's probably a 8-inch fish. Let's get him back in the water. 40. Here we go, folks. What we got here? What we got here? This might be a shell cracker, don't know. Here we go. He had me hung up there for a little bit. Let's get him out of here. Get him out of that trolling motor. See what we got. I don't know what it is. No, it's another nice bluegill. Another nice bluegill. I say nice. You know, folks, you got to take what the water give you. That's only a 7-inch bluegill, but hey, I'm going to take him. I caught him. I got to take him. Anyway, give me a lot of fun on the Diplomatic Stream 6'2" ultralight. Let's get him back in the water. That's crazy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Took forever to get one out of this hole. Pretty decent though. Yes sir, I'm gonna net him. That's a fact. That's a net him. Come on up in there. Yes sir. All right. All right. Come here. Come here. Yeah, it's nice bluegill. Come on, get out of there. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's a nice. That's a good 8, 8 1/4 maybe. Beautiful fish. All right, let's get him back in the water. Here we go. Here we go. Got another one. Yes, sir. All right. All right. This one's cutting up now. This one. Yes, sir. This one's cutting up good. Come on. Get up in here. Oh, yeah. Shoot fire. What you talking about now? Another nice bluegill. Yes, sir. Folks, I love catching these things. Boy, this joker here. I want you to look now. He's just got, to me, got the perfect genes for a bluegill. Get out here out of this sun. That joker, he's just got the perfect genes to me. You see the girth already, even though he's only a 7-inch fish. Beautiful fish. All right. Shoot. Missed that joker. Got him that time. Got him that time. Come on over here. Come on up in here. Boy, they're giving me a lot of fun on this rod. That's a fact, folks. Come on up in here. What do we got here? This joker. It's got some authority to him. Oh, yeah. Shoot fire. Yes, sir. All right. It's another one of them bluegills with the good genes, folks. He's shortish fish, but he's got the girth going on. That's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. Absolutely beautiful fish. Let's turn around and get out of that sun. Get a good... Oh, yeah, this joker. That's a 7-inch fish, but I want you to look at the girth of that thing. It's beautiful. Here we go. Here we go. It's got to be a shell cracker. Got to be. Got to be a good shell cracker. Got to be. Let's see what we got here. I believe it is a shell cracker. Shoot fire. Let's see. Oh, shoot fire. What you talking about here now? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a good one too. He's got some heft to him. Beautiful fish. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. Shoot fire. What you talking about now? Gotta get that jig out. All right. That's a nice shell cracker right there, folks. Let me get this camera down, turn this around where we can see him. Yes, sir. Now, that's what I'm after right there. All right, let's get this thing back in the water. Boy, he's a gorgeous fish. All right, folks, didn't get the camera turned on time to get this. This is a nice bluegill here. Yes, sir. Shoot fire. All right, beautiful fish. Absolutely beautiful. Good genes in that fish. All right, let's get him back. Here we go. Here we go. Another good bluegill. Yes, sir. I tell you what, folks, it's hotter than Hades out here, but I've had a lot of fun. Caught some decent fish. I'm gonna boat lift this thing. I shouldn't do that, but I did. This joker here spawned out. Beautiful fish, but he spawned out. All right, let's get him back. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we got here? What we got here, folks? Let me see what we got. He's pulling hard. He's pulling hard. Maybe a shell cracker. I don't know. He's pulling hard. Let's see what we got. Get my net here. I believe it's just another good bluegill. Yeah, shoot fire. What you talking about now? What you talking about now? Shoot fire. That's a good fish. My jig done come out and got tangled up in the all right, let's get this out of here and get that around there. All right, got that out. This is a good bluegill here. Real good. Yes, sir, that's what I want. It's got the girth, got the length. Get away from that sun. Beautiful fish. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's get him back in the water. Here we go. Here we go. Got us another one, folks. Got us another one. I tell you what, this is just too much fun now. Shouldn't do that. Don't do that, folks. Don't do what I do. I preach about not doing that, and I do it every now and then, with bluegill especially. Get around in the sun. Another solid, chunky bluegill. Solid. Get it around here. I don't know where the sun's at now. All right, let's get him back. There he is. Another bluegill. Another bluegill, folks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. Choker cutting up. He's cutting up good, too. Yes, sir. Another chunky bluegill. Another chunky bluegill. All right. These things got good girth to them, folks. Real good girth. Yes, sir. I'll take them all day long. 8.5 inch fish. You got that right. Let's get him back in the water. Here we go. Here we go. I think I'm going to call it a day on this one, folks, because this done got unbearable out here on my third bottle of water. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, he's digging good. Let's get him up here. Let's get him up here and see what we got. Oh yeah, nice bluegill. Nice chunky bluegill. There go the bass chasing some shad. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, this is a chunk here. This joker. Absolutely beautiful fish. I wish you'd just look. That's an absolutely gorgeous fish. All right, let's get him back in the water.